have to say that this video is by far the creepiest thing I've seen.
Sí, a la...
Ay, cabrón. Chale, sí se ve medio erizo, Hoy me asustó tu voz, ya yo. Es que tengo súper alto el Discord. Hoy me asustó tu voz, ya yo. Es que tengo súper alto el Discord. Creo que sí, güey.
La luz de atrás se prendió.
No, ¿quién dijo eso? Sí, es cierto, güey.
¿No hay alguien, no?
Quiero creer que sí, quiero creer que sí. No, pues estoy solo acá arriba yo, güey, de verdad, o sea, vivo solo acá arriba. No, es neta, bien. Estoy temblando, se lo juro. Voy a apagarla porque no, qué miedo. Voy a seguir jugando.
The light turning on by itself isn't the strangest thing. Minutes later, this happens.
No, de
Yo
verdad.
también, porque la verdad no creo.
¡Oh, no es! Espérate, güey. Espérense. Ahora sí se escuchó, espérame.
¿Fue la puta de tu cuarto?
No sé, güey, pero espérame, creo que sí se escuchó, espérame. Me acaban de tirar mi jalador del baño al piso, se los juro. Se los juro que no hay nada que estás en mi cuarto. O sea, literal estoy solo, pero me acaban de tirar. Me hicieron esto así. No, yo creo que ya no quiero jugar esto.
Checo is definitely spooked. But as if things couldn't get any more creepy, this happens.
Déjenme dejar esta más. Que estoy temblando, se los juro. Ya déjame cerrar el... Que estoy temblando, se los juro. Ya déjame cerrar el juego, voy a abrir otra cosa. Es que fue aquí, ¿no?
Te digo, yo no soy muy creyente de esas cosas, pero... LOL.
Ya está cerré el
ya
juego,
no.
ya quiero... ¡Bola! No me...
¿Pero bien? Está bien.
No, pues ya se está... No sé si, neta, ya se está poniendo feo esto.
¿Qué rollo entonces
No,
te metiste
no,
a la
si
red?
quiere ya, pues.
Voy a parar el stream, perdón, porque ya me desconté, nos vemos.
What are your thoughts on this? According to the person who posted the following footage, the following video was taken on the 21st of February in 2009. The footage was recorded inside a hospital in the Mexican city of Saltillo. It is said that a ghost of a little girl roams the halls of this hospital. This is the footage that was captured. If the hospital in the video specializes in treating patients of all ages, then I can't imagine how many young apparitions we might see at a children's hospital. Lindsay Burke caught something really creepy on camera. Here's her explain what happened.
So this is where I filmed that video in front of this window, and then if you turn around, this is that room. We do have a weird attic here that I've never been into. So this is my husband's gaming room, which is even weirder, and this space sort of here, just here, is where the shape was. And even weirder, on top of my hairdressing trolley down here, I have this. It's not real, it's fake. I bought it as a placemat. I don't have the planchette to it, it's never been used. I don't know what to do with it. I just use it to mix up bowls on top of. If you look at any of my hairdressing videos, I'm mixing all of my colours on top of this. What do I do with it? Someone give me advice.
Here's the footage she's referring to. Maybe it's best to get rid of that placemat. An urban explorer finds a crematorium and encounters something pretty creepy. A family received notification that someone was at their front door. It was sent by their doorbell camera, but there appeared to be no one there until they listened to the audio and heard this. Some believe that it might have been a malicious entity looking for someone to attach itself to. Whatever it might have been, the audio is without a doubt pretty creepy. Iguatu, Brazil, footage from a CCTV camera shows something pretty spooky. Check it out. It's hard to make out what this is, but the fact that it disappears in the end supports the belief of this being a ghost. But what do you think? Two urban explorers were finishing up their tour of a building that's been abandoned for years. As they were on their way out, this happens. Victoria Martinez writes, I came to visit my grandfather who wasn't with me as he was downstairs. Victoria thought she was by herself on the second floor, until she caught the following on camera.
Sonríe sin mover los ojos. Ahora alza las cejas. Cierra la boca. Sí, ese es tu ramo.
There is no better way of staying awake than by watching videos like this.
Was taken at a playground inside a McDonald's. In this photo, something really creepy was captured. The parents who took the picture wrote, "Taken at a McDonald's. We thought our daughter was alone in this playground at the time. The face on the left was not visible at the time I took this. When she was asked who was next to her in the pic, she replied, 'That's my imaginary friend Beto.' Here's the photo they took. If that's not nightmare fuel, then I don't know what is." Out of all places, the scariest place to be at would have to be a farm, and of course, it's a lot more terrifying to be at during the night. Sharpsky was driving through a field when he came across something pretty terrifying.
Definitely. My camera can't fucking pick it up. What are those? Dude. What are those? Why does it look like they have heads? Bro, that's actually people. Bro!
Please just get out of here, dude.
Perhaps this might have been a cult. Who knows? Seeing something like this in the middle of nowhere, late at night, must truly be a terrifying sight. On May 23rd, at around 8:30 p.m., Daniel Robb was resting at home when he heard a downright terrifying, blood-curdling sound outside his apartment. Here's what he caught.
There's a sound screaming, it's like a scream. It's so freaking loud, and it's coming from up in the air, like up there. It's been going on now. What is that? I swear I saw like this thing when the lightning was flashing a second ago. What the? Dude, that's coming from like up in the sky outside of my apartment. What up, Nessa? Hold on. That is so loud and so like eerie. It's like a banshee, blood-curdling scream. Ooh. There it is again. What is that?
As Daniel stated, the screams seemed to be coming from the sky. Perhaps the screams were coming from far away, making it seem like they were coming from the sky. This is definitely on par with the Aztec death whistle, as both sound eerily the same. Although both are terrifying to hear, this one takes the cake for sounding like actual screams. Here's some scary found footage that was taken in 1993. Although the quality of the video isn't that good, it is still nonetheless pretty creepy. Olivia Bishop found her father's old camera while cleaning up her home. In this camera, she found some old footage of herself as a child playing with her dad. The video starts off normal, like any other home video. But then, later into the video, something really creepy happens. Take a look at this footage and let me know what you think.
Okay, so I think my dad caught a ghost on camera back in 1993, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. And for all those Gen Zs out there, this is a camcorder. We'd set it up, press record, and go about our day. I don't know why, it was just a 90s thing. And just so you guys know, we've had a ghost in every house that we lived in, so that's why I found this very intriguing. Go ahead and watch that pumpkin in the left-hand corner, and let me know what you think.
Aside from the toy moving on its own, the creepiest part about this is when Olivia looked off into the distance as though she saw something that was calling her attention. What's even more creepy about this is the fact that according to Olivia, every house she's lived in has had a ghost or some paranormal activity occur. Hopefully it's not the same ghost that's been haunting her, as that would spell very bad news. An entity that follows you around may not be a ghost, but something malicious, something unholy. Hopefully that's not the case. But what would you do if you found some old footage of yourself and saw something similar to what Olivia encountered? Let me know down below. This next video was taken by Natalie, who was home alone when she captured something really spooky on camera. She was calling her dog over, who was peeping its head from a corner. However, it wasn't until after she was done recording that she realized that this whole time, her dog was actually outside the house. This is what she captured.
Lego. Lego. Come here.
Natalie's dog was outside the whole time, then what was this? Only reason I can think of as to why she couldn't see that this wasn't her dog is that she might have been looking at her phone the whole time she was calling him over. On screen, it looks like a dog, but off camera, I'm sure that whatever this is looks different. Regardless, seeing something poke its head around a corner is creepy enough. And to think that this might be a paranormal entity makes this 10 times more creepy. Christian Gallagher was keeping an eye on his child through a baby monitor when he saw something that scared the living daylights out of him.
What the f*** is that? That's so weird.
There appears to be another baby in this footage, as there's the face of a child next to his. However, Christian only has one child. As you can imagine, Christian was baffled by what he was seeing. It sure is pretty creepy. It would probably be best if he sold the crib and bought a new one. Maybe it's the crib that's haunted and not the home. But if they really wanted to get rid of whatever it was that was caught on camera, then selling the home wouldn't be a bad idea. In the following video, Valeria Sophie caught something on camera that many viewers, including herself, can't explain. This footage was taken from the security camera located at the site of her house. What do you think this might be? It kinda looks like some humanoid creature. It almost shares the resemblance of those humanoid creatures drawn by Trevor Henderson. Whether humanoid or not, seeing this thing in person must be a terrifying sight. Allie Richardson was looking over at some footage from the security camera outside her home. While looking over at this footage, she notices something pretty odd. Take a look at this video and see if you notice anything weird. It appears as though the person walking across the street is transparent. Could this be a ghost? Or is this something that might have been caused by the camera? What do you think? While doing a live stream, Amber Woodworth caught something on camera that she can't explain. It was only after looking back at her live stream that she noticed something really odd in the background.
Here's a screenshot that was taken from one of my lives like 2 days ago. During the live, so many people kept saying that there were faces in the window behind me, but I honestly thought that people were just trying to scare me until I received this screenshot today. And let me zoom in a little bit for you and you'll see what I'm talking about. I can clearly see a face peeking over the ledge. It honestly looks like a possum wearing a top hat to me. So it helped me not feel so scared, but it's also very creepy at the same time. And then I looked back at the image a little later and realized I was missing a second face. To me, it definitely looks like there's a man standing behind the first thing that I saw, and it looks like they're both listening in to what I'm saying and spying on me. Definitely something I cannot unsee. Can you see it?
It's a little hard to make out the faces that she claims to see. But what do you see? If you look close enough, you can somewhat see the two faces that Amber's talking about. Surely, this place must be haunted. If that's the case, then it would be really cool if Amber did a live stream inside the house. I'm sure many of her viewers would be interested in seeing some more spooky stuff like this. John Vasquez had set up a camera in the middle of the woods. He was surprised to see that he caught footage of a deer getting close to the camera. However, this wasn't as surprising as what he caught later on in the footage.
What the f*** is that? That is f***ing creepy.
What do you think this might be? The shape of this anomaly is hard to describe, but its movement is pretty fast. What are your thoughts on this?
Abandoned school, all by himself, and encounters someone else there. Or so he thinks. This is what he captured.
Someone's here. That's weird.
It seems as though someone rushed over to the restroom before closing the door. But, as you saw, nobody was inside. Who knew that even as a ghost, you'd still be using the restroom? Spoopy has just been given a whole new meaning. Ghost hunters Yakazu and Diego visit a hotel that's been abandoned for years, and where many people have died. At first, Yakazu and Diego don't encounter anything strange, but later on, something happens that neither of them notices until looking back at the footage afterward. What they saw left them shook. Take a look. But then, when things couldn't get any more creepy, this happens. Could this have been the exact shadow figure from earlier, or did something else? What do you think? Carlos Chidas claims to have encountered paranormal activity at home. From a wardrobe opening on its own, to his cat's strange behavior, Carlos can't help but think that there's something in his house. But the most chilling incident has to be this.
Vamos a ver qué sucede porque esto está muy cabrón. Todos están dormidos, a ver. No mames. Es una lámpara que tengo aquí. Se está moviendo bien, cabrón. Están las cruces. Chinga.
Later on, when he's asked why he has so many crosses on his wall, he makes a video explaining why. But what happens in the video left viewers unsettled.
Pues bueno, aquí está la famosa pared que ustedes conocen y que preguntan por qué tantas cruces. Me suena un poquito. Pues cada cruz, es porque mi mamá me la ha regalado. Ahí está mi familia, que fue el cuadro que se cayó hace unos videos. Y pues por ejemplo la de ahí me la trajo de Querétaro, la de acá me la trajo de Guanajuato, esta de San Miguel de Allende. Entonces para... se movió, la vieron. Me voy a ver.
If an army of crosses can't protect you, then I don't know what will. Hiro and Tomo are paranormal investigators who decided to visit Japan's most haunted tunnel, the Inunaki Tunnel. But unfortunately, both Hiro and Tomo forgot to book their accommodation before arriving. They had no choice but to spend the night inside the Inunaki Tunnel. They had a tent, so that was enough to provide some hospitality. But it wasn't enough to block off the strange activity they encountered. Before calling it a night, Tomo hears something. Listen closely.
ちょっと今トモさんもう一回いいですか？どうして今ヒロ君がそれ撮ってる時に、奥の方で女の声聞こえてヒーッつってほらほらほらほらヒーッつってほらほらほらほらヒーッつってほらほらほらほら
But what happens during their sleep is beyond explanation.
こんな場所ではありますけれども、なんだかんだこの昨日寝てないし、トモさんもやけやけちょっと眠気が迫ってきますんで仮眠を取りたいと思います。じゃあおやすみなさい。一瞬俺寝てたけどな。倒れた倒れた。倒れた。
Maybe sleeping outside of the tunnel would have been a better idea. But hey, who am I to judge those who live for the spook? The following image was sent to LaBecca25, who writes, I received this image from the IMSS, the Mexican Social Security Institute, from here in my city. What do you think? Who needs sleep anyway? Ghost hunter Dedumi Cole recently explored an abandoned building. While checking out the inside of the exterior structure, this happens.
와 냄새. 와 미치겠다. 뭐야? 어디야? 뭔 소리야?
What are your thoughts on this? Here's someone walking through a graveyard in the middle of the night and encountering something pretty spooky. Pay close attention or you'll miss it. Now that's creepy.
Although there are countless videos out there of ghosts caught on camera, this one definitely stands out from the rest, as what's captured in this one is just beyond belief. One evening, Teresa de Ocampo saw her phone lying next to her son. She would often let him use the phone, as this kept him entertained while she went off to do errands. At the end of the day, She would retrieve her phone and look at some of the photos/videos he took. She would often laugh at the stuff she would find on her phone. However, this one particular night was different. She didn't laugh. Rather, she was terrified. The video she saw left her speechless. Take a look at this video and let me know what you think. There's a stranger in this video. However, this isn't some random person. In fact, the lady in this video is actually Teresa's mother, who passed away years before. Teresa couldn't believe what she was seeing. Her mother was dead, yet here she is in this video that her son took. Although videos like these are usually pretty creepy, there's something about this one that's just wholesome. To capture footage of a family member who passed away must be unsettling. But at the same time, it's nice to know that even while gone, their presence still lingers, and that they're still looking over your shoulder. This next video comes from a fish supplying business. An employee of the company was looking over at some security footage from last night. Everything in the footage appeared to be normal, when, a few minutes into the video, this happens. What makes this footage a lot more interesting is the fact that according to the business owner, the freezer door requires a lot of force to open. It takes almost 2 people to open the door. Knowing this, the supervisor was shocked to see that it opened all the way on its own. On top of that, it seems as though something pushed it with great force, as it opens really fast. There's no doubting that the video is pretty strange. The owner of this business is for sure spooked. If anything, they should try recording inside the freezer if that's possible, to see if there might be any explanation for this strange occurrence. The following footage was posted by Nurk7, who at the time was living in a house at which she and her sister have encountered unusual things, one of which was caught on camera. It's worth mentioning that the sparkles you see in this footage is actually a filter on Snapchat. Regardless, the footage alone is pretty creepy. According to Nurk7, she and her sister woke up to a noise coming from downstairs. When they went to go check on this noise, they found nothing. However, it wasn't until seconds later, after deciding to leave, that they caught something on camera. Videos like these seem pretty genuine, as the reaction of those in them seem authentic. However, a reaction that appears authentic does not necessarily prove the video's authenticity. But there's something about this one that seems real. As always, what are your thoughts? The following picture was submitted by Bipolar Nemesis, who, along with this picture, writes, "My 50-year-old aunt always had night terrors. She's always had them ever since she was a little girl. They come and go, but in 2010, it started again for a couple of weeks. She wakes up screaming, waking up everyone inside her house. She lives with her husband and her 3 sons. They would wake up to her screams. They would always ask what's wrong, and she would often say the same thing, that there were shadows looking at her. She said that they would pull her feet. However, one night, She woke up screaming again. She was sleeping on the couch when, in the middle of the night, she woke up to something terrifying. One of her sons ran to her. She was in the kitchen crying. He then decided to take a picture of the living room where she slept and sent it to me. He says there's a couple of faces in the left corner of the picture, and I noticed the same thing. They had a priest come over and bless their house. It stopped for a while, but then it started happening again. She was prescribed Xanax, and now she doesn't have too many night terrors anymore, but she still has them. Here's a picture that bipolar nemesis is referring to. It's a little hard to make out the faces, but there appears to be a face here and here. But what do you see? Could this be proof of something otherworldly? Perhaps the night terrors that she experiences aren't necessarily night terrors, but apparitions that cause her to freak out. Doubtless, this one's pretty creepy. This next video was posted by Dash the Dog 20, who woke up late one night to a sound that was coming from outside his window. However, this wasn't any ordinary sound. It was different. It was definitely something he's never heard before. There was also something about the sound that made him feel uneasy. Whatever it was making him feel very tense. Have a listen to the sound and let me know what you think. Someone commented that this could have been a nearby train making those sounds. Dash the Dog 20 states that there aren't any trains that pass by where he lives. He lives in the suburbs where there aren't any trains. Figuring out the source of this sound has left him scratching his head, as the sound seems to have come from out of nowhere. This one's weird for sure, but I can't help but think that this might be another incident of trumpets playing in the sky, a phenomena many people claim to have encountered. But what do you think? Is this another incident of that phenomena? Or do you think that this might be something else? Let me know down below. In the following video, MD Strict, who works at a gentleman's club, saw something pretty creepy on one of the security cameras of the place. Take a look at the following footage, and let me know what you think.
I'm here at work by myself. There's no one here. DJ's not here. There's no girls here. There's no guests here. It's just me. I'm opening up. There's no one on the stage. I came over here and was looking at the camera system. There is someone standing on the catwalk. Oh my, what the f*** is that?
It sure does look like someone is on stage. The apparition in this footage has the outline of a person's body. There might be an explanation for this, but as of right now, no evidence has been brought forth to prove this as otherwise. As always, what are your thoughts on this? YouTube user Time to Wait has caught something on camera that has left her at a loss for words. The security camera outside her neighbor's home caught footage of herself acting very strange.
This is what the police sent me. This is what they found from all the footage. This is 2 weeks ago at about 10 p.m. They say that that's me. I know for a fact that I worked the next morning and I have to wake up at 6 a.m. I know I was in bed. I know I was in bed. The mannerisms, the behaviors there, just off. I don't know. Like I said, I can't explain this. So, I'm just gonna leave this here for you. There's another minute or two of it. I'll post it on YouTube.
What makes this footage very odd is the fact that according to Time to Wait, this isn't her. She cannot recall this incident. She clearly remembers lying in bed at the time of this recording. She had to wake up early the following day, so for sure she knew she was in bed when this happened. Many viewers of the video are concerned. Some have commented that this might be evidence of her being possessed. Others think that this might be a sleepwalking incident. Whether possessed or sleepwalking, it sure is scary to see something like this and not remembering what happened. Just imagine looking up at the sky one night and seeing what appears to be a meteor heading towards your way. Although there's nothing spooky about it, it sure is pretty scary to see something like this. In the following video, TJ Charlie caught on camera what appears to be a meteor of some sort. Take a look at the footage that was captured, as it's both mesmerizing and a bit unsettling.
What's that? An alien. What is that actually? Oh, it's there.
Here's some footage of someone sleeping when, later on in the video, something really creepy happens. There appears to be an apparition looking over at the homeless individual. What do you think this might be? Could this be a manifestation of a certain type of entity? Or might it be something else? Maybe it's an astral projection cast by this person. It sure is a mystery as to what this might be. But whatever it is, it's pretty creepy to see.
But this isn't the first time Sammy has caught something unusual. While being at work, Sammy goes inside a room and captures this. If you listen closely, you can hear what sounds like someone crying. It's faint, but it's there. Then a few days later, Sammy once again encounters something pretty creepy. Naturally, Sammy was spooked. The most unsettling incident has to be the one that recently happened inside her home. Sammy is by herself when the following happens. Just like the video before, something is banging on the door until it stops when Sammy opens it, and like before, nothing is there. But the strangest part about this video isn't this. Upon opening the pantry door, if you listen closely, you can hear what sounds like someone whispering for help. Viewers can't help but think that Sammy had brought something home from work, which is now making itself known. But of course, this is just a theory. As always, what do you think? Fernando Victor works at a train station. What he does there specifically is unknown. But regardless of what he does, Fernando always seems to have late night shifts. However, it was during one of these late night shifts when Fernando captures something terrifying on camera. Fernando and two other workers are walking beside a train that isn't in motion when all of a sudden he captures this without even noticing. someone or something appears to be looking down on Fernando as he records. What do you think this might have been? The ghost of someone who was involved in a railroad accident, or something else? Ellen Melberstead is on her way to a doctor's appointment and is taking a shortcut through a park to get there. The video takes place in Sweden during the winter time, so it's mostly dark during the day. As she's on her way to the hospital, Ellen takes out her phone and starts recording. But little does she know that she's about to capture something downright creepy. Check this out.
Mail-murder den här veckan och jag undrar vad man kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså, det är så jävla
It was only after viewers had pointed this out that Ellen had noticed it. There appears to be some sort of figure peeking at Ellen from behind a tree. It's unclear as to who or what this might have been, but viewers think that this could have been a ghost. Whatever it might have been, Ellen has most likely been taking a different route ever since capturing this. Ryan Hulse writes, "So I was just sitting at home alone, the parents were out, and I kept hearing the weird sounds again. But this time I decided to record for a change, and this is what I caught. Really creepy."
Hello? Oh my... Oh... Phone upstairs. Oh my... Lights on. I swear to I seen something.
Perhaps this might have been a stranger who broke in. Intruder or ghost, it's unknown as to who or what was inside Ryan's house. Ghost hunter Dedo Mikol is outside, standing a few feet away from an abandoned building he's about to explore, when all of a sudden, he sees this.
뭐야? 누구세요? 저기요. 뭐야, 어디서 사라진 거야? 잠깐만. 혹시 누구 계십니까?
Although spooky enough to scare anyone away, Dedo Mikol proceeds to go inside the building. He climbs through a window, but before he's able to get inside, he sees this.
아씨, 어떻게 간 수도 있지.
Could this have been the same entity he saw earlier, or is it something else? Jimmy Jimenez is an urban explorer. On his Facebook page, he has a couple of videos of places he's explored. But there's one video in particular that has caught the attention of Pedro A., the person who suggested this video. In it, Jimmy enters the premises of an abandoned home. Everything appears to be normal, until later on, when something really creepy happens. Pay very close attention, or you'll miss it. Here's Jimmy entering the home once again and seeing a doll on a chair. Now here's Jimmy leaving the place, but this time, that same doll from earlier is now in a different position. If no one had moved the doll, then who did? A group of paranormal investigators known as paranormies visit an abandoned farmhouse that is said to be haunted. A member of the group sets up a table and performs a type of seance known as table tipping, which is similar to using a Ouija board as it's used to communicate with the dead. However, as they're setting up the camera to record the seance, this happens.
Set up a camera in that corner there, and I want to set up a camera either in this corner or... Stop.
Dude, what was that?
Where should we go, dude? I want to get out of here for a minute, dude. I don't want to go upstairs. Grab that light. Oh man, my heart's beating.
Maybe a Ouija board would have been a better choice. Ricardo Morones is someone who I talked about previously. It appears that there's something in his house. Ricardo has no idea as to what it might be, but ever since the following incidents that have taken place inside his home, he can't help but think that he might be dealing with something beyond explanation. One night, before drifting off to sleep, Ricardo captures this.
Pues ya me acomodé y todo, ya me quiero dormir, ya tengo sueño, pero tienen la luz del pasillo prendida y mi mamá está escuchando un video, güey.
There appears to be a face peeking at Ricardo. The face went unnoticed until a viewer of the video had pointed it out. But the creepiest incident has to be the following. Ricardo is recording his TV when he captures something that goes unnoticed. Outside of Ricardo's window, there appears to be someone looking into his room. Viewers believe that this might be the same entity that's been haunting Ricardo ever since the first incident. As with most videos on the paranormal, this one remains a mystery.
If you've ever seen the show Cops, then you know how suspenseful the show could be. Whether it's the suspense or the authentic, non-scripted events that take place in the show, there's something about it that has us on the edge of our seat. However, what I find really interesting about the show is the fact that some episodes are heavily edited. Most things that happen in the show are cut out, but it makes me wonder, what exactly are they cutting out? Could it be incidents that are not suitable for audiences, incidents that are too disturbing? Or is it something else? The reason why I say this is because there have been cases in which officers have dealt with situations that weren't crime related, but rather something beyond that, beyond explanation, something paranormal. And this next video is proof of some of those situations in which officers could not explain the stuff they've witnessed. This video was posted on Twitter by a police officer from Brazil who was part of a police operative that took place inside an abandoned hospital. Needless to say, the footage he caught on camera is pretty creepy to say the least.
Caralho, bicho, que é isso, mano? Cuidado, Judá. Cuidado, mano, que é isso, mano? Mano, não tem nada. Caralho, mano, que é isso, bicho? Caralho, mano. Mano, que é isso, bicho? Caralho, mano, bora, mano. Vai, mano. Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano.
The door opens and closes back and forth all on its own. This surely is pretty strange. Not much info was given on the video, except that it was shot in Brazil by an officer during a police operation. With that said, based on what's available, including the footage itself, it seems like this might be actual evidence of something paranormal caught on camera. Of course, what do you make of this video? I'll leave it up to you to decide. The following video was submitted by Party Shiba, and I have to say that this video is by far the creepiest thing I've seen. Along with this video, Party Shiba states, "My old friend from high school made a YouTube channel a long time ago and uploaded a strange video. The video consists of him joking around with his younger sister, pretending to take a photo of her, but filming her instead. The reason as to why he uploaded the video is because in it, he saw something odd happen to her hair on the right side of the screen. I recall him having sleep issues back in high school, as he claimed that there have been a lot of strange things happening inside his house. The details are fuzzy, but I think that his sister in the video also claimed to have seen her grandparents, who were no longer around. That is all I have, but it is strange. Here's the video that Party Shiba is referring to. Be sure to pay close attention to the right side of her hair, or you'll miss it."
Hey, Moni, we're gonna take you a picture, okay? Ready? Ready? Uh-huh. Yeah, Moni? Okay, we're done. Just done? No, I'm just kidding. No, we need to go take the picture again. Go.
As always, what are your thoughts on this? The following picture was submitted by Gareth Uvia, who, along with this photo, writes, "In 2017, I went on vacation to Mexico. I was there to visit some relatives. My family is from Veracruz, and the town at which they live in is pretty creepy, as people have heard strange and scary things about the place. One night, both my brother and my uncle, including myself, were sitting inside my aunt's restaurant. I was watching the entrance, while my brother and uncle played with their iPad. They would play with the iPad's camera and take random photos. This kept them entertained, as there wasn't much for them to do at the restaurant. Right before closing time, they were both looking at the photos they took. I wasn't there with them looking over at the photos, but it was upon looking at their faces that I realized something was wrong. They had a look of sheer terror on their face. I asked them what was wrong, to which they replied, 'Did you see any women walking by?' I answered no. I was confused. They then showed me the photo they were looking at. I immediately got chills. I was so unnerved by what I saw in this photo. Near the entrance, there appears to be a woman. However, if you look closely, she appears to have a distorted face and a really long neck. I ran outside the restaurant to see if the woman in this photo was still around. The streets were empty, as usual. Keep in mind that I was looking at the entrance the whole time I was there. I only looked away for a minute since I was using my phone. But even while looking away, I was sure that nobody passed by. There was barely any business that night. We ended up going to bed early, as we were totally freaked out by what happened. To this day, we have no idea as to what was in that photo. Here's the picture that Yuvia is talking about. You can somewhat see the long neck that Yuvia mentioned, but what stands out the most is the distorted face. This is definitely the stuff of nightmares. This one's for sure pretty creepy. There's something about abandoned places that give off uncanny vibes. Whether it's the desolate atmosphere of the place, or the thought of someone or something inhabiting the building, there's just something about such places that keep you from visiting them. Whatever it might be, abandoned places carry creepy vibes, and this next video is no exception to that notion. The following video was submitted by Super Toxic Potato 75, who claims to have captured something unexplainable while staying over at a rundown building with some friends. The video starts off with them entering the premises of the building and seeing nothing but leftover furniture. The reason as to why they came here in the first place is because of an incident that took place in that same building. This is not their first time coming here. They came here before. However, little did they know that they would witness something really creepy. According to Super Toxic Potato, the first time they came here, he and his friend saw a door close on its own. It slammed itself shut all on its own, and they were terrified by this encounter. Ever since then, they've sought out to see this happen again, but this time while recording it. And, to their surprise, they did capture something. Take a look at the footage they captured. It's pretty spooky, to say the least.
Found red. It's a puzzle.
Is anyone wearing red?
Oh. Yeah. Me. You're wearing maroon.
No, it's red. That's maroon.
It's red. It's maroon. It's red. Stop. It's already an hour.
Point it. Point at it.
It's been an hour.
One last. I'm gonna. No f***ing way! You did it! Thank you! You did it!
As you can see, the door slammed on its own. It is pretty creepy, but some viewers beg to differ. Some think that this might have been caused by the wind, as it could have been blowing towards the pathway of the door. Although this might be a possible explanation, Super Toxic Potato discredits that notion, as according to him, the door was slammed in the opposite direction of where the wind was coming from. As of right now, no further evidence has been brought forth to prove this paranormal occurrence as otherwise. But he and his friends are sure that this was done by some paranormal entity, a ghost. For now, it remains a mystery as to what they caught on camera. Out of all places, the most talked about location at which many people have encountered scary and unexplainable encounters is a place in New Jersey known as Clinton Road. From satanic rituals and cults that people have encountered while hiking, to a bridge where the ghost of a child is said to appear, Clinton Road is brimming with lots and lots of strange activity. Now, although there are countless videos out there of said activity caught on camera, none of them come close to the following video you're about to see. The following footage was submitted by Rosie114, who, along with some friends, went on a hike to explore the wooded areas that surround this road. Mind you, that all of this took place in the middle of the night, which probably wasn't a good idea. This is what Rosie114 recorded after one of her friends saw something that scared the living daylights out of him.
Oh.
Oh, bro! I'm not even. No.
Oh.
In this video, Rosie states that there was a man standing alone, which should have raised some suspicion. Perhaps he too wanted to take a walk in the woods. That might explain it. The theories abound on this video, as viewers have come up with their own explanations. For now, nobody knows what Rosie and her friends came across. But this doesn't mean that the possibility of this being a paranormal occurrence is ruled out. This is Clinton Road after all. Who knows what else lurks within this place? In this next submission, Andrea Cardini captured something unexplainable on camera. She sent both a video and a photo of the strange anomaly that was captured. Andrea writes, "In 2018, I had my first trail cam And, needless to say, the image and video I've attached are from that year. The trail cam only activates when it detects movement. One night, the trail cam was activated by a roe deer that passed by. Unfortunately, it left really quick before the camera fully activated. However, upon turning on, it captured something else. The trail cam was positioned in a valley on a palm tree. I share this footage for the first time online now. Here's the footage that Andrea captured. It's pretty weird, but creepy nonetheless. There appears to be an orb floating in place. Then, seconds later, it appears to teleport at a different spot. Along with this observation, Andrea writes, "The floating orb thing is really weird. Stars don't act like that, and neither does the moon. Insects don't act like this, as they always appear semi-transparent on camera." As you can tell, Andrea is just as mesmerized as those who've seen this clip, and they're just as baffled as she is. What do you think this might be? I'm curious as to what you think this is. Let me know down below. This last video is pretty creepy, as what's captured in it is sure to keep you up at night. Ali Wynn was shooting a video on TikTok when, while editing the video, she saw something that left her spooked. It sure is pretty unsettling to see something like this. Ali has no idea as to what this might be. However, Ali thinks that this might be a ghost. It sure does look like it. She further adds that she might be moving out, as this has her really spooked. Doubtless, seeing something like this would give anyone nightmares. It's a good thing Ali doesn't plan on staying there any longer. Of course, she could be saying this as a joke. One thing's for sure though, if I were her, I'd leave the place in a heartbeat.
Please tell me that I'm not crazy. Here's the video she posted, along with a text-to-speech voice that she uses to explain what's going on. Take a look.
What the hell is this? I only have one baby at my house today, the rest of them are with grandma. You can clearly hear my baby in the living room crying. I was on the toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record. This is not my dad. I don't know what it is. I know you've seen it move before and after I gasped.
Who are you? Hello?
Now, it kinda looks like someone is standing inside. Maybe it's one of her children. But Marlene disproves this notion by showing what it would actually look like if one of her children were standing inside.
Stand in the shower real quick so I can show people something, please. Shut the door. Dang, you're colorful, boy. Okay, you can get out. Come here, child. This is literally what you guys want. Like, that was not my babies in the shower. Please just stop. There's no way. Say there's no way. I would never get in that scary thing. I'm so scared.
Marlene has no idea as to what this might be, but viewers can't help but think that this might have been a ghost. But what do you think? Ghost or illusion? Let me know down below. Ghost hunter Ali Aslan is inside an abandoned house located in the middle of nowhere. There have only been a couple of people who've checked out this place, but not a single person had caught anything as unusual as Ali had when he paid a visit to this house. Ali is exploring the place when all of a sudden, this happens.
Bismillah. Allahu Ekber.
Now, it's worth mentioning that it's raining outside at the time of this recording. It could be that the strange noises were actually caused by the stormy weather outside. That could be the case, but what happens afterward as Ollie exits the house is beyond explanation. What he caught on camera is perhaps the creepiest encounter he's had. Ollie doesn't know what to make of this, but if there's one thing that most viewers would agree on, it's that this person or thing was most likely observing Ollie during the time he was inside. If that's not creepy, then I don't know what is. Martha Morgan is home alone when she captures the following on camera. Martha writes, "This is my daughter's dog. There was absolutely nothing there, at least nothing we could see, but he could."
We can't have no reason why. We can reduce almost all traffic fatalities on our highways if we take the speed limit down to 5 miles an hour. But we don't do that, right? We accept that limit.
Viewers of the video believe that her daughter's dog might be sensing something that we can't. If that's what's going on in this video, then what exactly is it seeing? And what might be the reason as to why it's growling? Whatever the reason might be, it's always unsettling to see a dog growl at something that isn't there. A garment factory in Japan has been experiencing strange activity at work. It was just recently that the factory surveillance cameras had caught footage of the strange things that had been happening. When the owner of the factory had seen the footage, he was shocked, but he wasn't surprised for the reason you're probably thinking. The factory owner himself best explains the footage that was captured. Take a look.
っていうパートの人がいたんですけど、2年に亡くなってます。うちに来て20年ぐらいになるんで結構ベテランで、他のパートさんからも好かれてるような感じでした。動いてるミシンがさんが使っていたミシンなんですよね。なんでこのパートさんの間ではさんが来て仕事してるつもりなんじゃないかとは。このマネキンも夜に急に動き出した怖いよねとかふざけて服を着てたりもしましたし、お気に入りでしたね。
The factory owner believes that if the ghost of Miss Hanaka is behind all these strange occurrences, then it isn't necessarily bad. After all, Miss Tanaka seems to be truly missed by her coworkers. These strange occurrences are probably the closest thing to having Miss Tanaka around one more time. General Shim is resting on his rooftop when he sees something that scared the living hell out of him. General Shim writes, "I just wanted a lawyer on my house's rooftop because the breeze there is soothing and fresh, but little did I know that someone else would be there with me." This is what he saw. General Shim hopes that this was just a coconut on a tree, but what do you see? Could this be a case of pareidolia, or an actual sinister-looking entity? Israel Escalante posted the following message on his Facebook page. Israel writes, "Strange noises have been heard in my house. The toys have been turning on by themselves. Maybe some spirit is playing with my kids' toys." Israel's followers on Facebook found this message unusual, since he doesn't post anything but videos and images of the meat company he works at. But then the following day, after posting this, Israel uploaded a video of the strange occurrences mentioned in his post. Needless to say, his followers were unsettled by what he caught on camera. This is what he captured.
Y aquí recientemente es donde los juguetes se han prendido. Aquí. Este es el cuarto de juguetes de los chamacos. Ahí disculpen el tiradero. Pero de repente se escuchan. ¿Qué ole? Eso no es algo preparado, De repente se escuchan así cosillas medio extrañas. Ese pianillo es el que se empezó a prender. Oh, no manches. No te pases de lanza. ¿Quién está aquí? ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? Oh, te pases de lanza. Está moviéndose ese caballo, hijo. Se está moviendo el taco. Se está moviendo el taco, pa. ¿Si vieron que se movió el taco? ¿Quién eres? Se está moviendo ese taco, hijo. No manches, pa. ¿Dónde estás? Date para acá que me da miedo. Ya no se movió. Pero no es el aire ni nada, muchachos, porque acá esta pobre ventana de aquí está cerrada. Entonces, pues no creo que sea nada del aire. Mira, se está moviendo. No manches. ¿Quién eres? ¿Quién eres? No, vente.
A toy turns on by itself, and a rocking horse begins to move on its own. Israel then makes a follow-up video explaining what happened.
Aquí les puse los juguetes que han sonado. Este caballo es el del video. Esta camionetita también ya sonó. Ese piano también se ve en el video. Entonces, pues, es por eso que decidimos grabarlo. Y pues ahí está. Ya cada quien decide si creer o no. Ahí está la evidencia. Y pues ya. Con esto nos despedimos.
Israel has yet to post any more videos of these strange occurrences, so stay tuned.